I've got a follow-up about the so-called racist dance done by the Fort McMurray Junior A Oil Barons hockey team that in the end wasn't racist at all. You will not believe what these kids have been put through since an SJW internet outrage mob got everything about them all wrong. Do you remember the story of the Fort McMurray Junior A Oil Barons hockey team? They were captured on video in a supposed racist scandal. The members of their hockey team were caught in a Facebook video dancing to a song by an indigenous music group called A Tribe Called Red in their locker room before a game. The song is called Electric Powwow Drum, and it's actually pretty catchy. Anyway, the kids were immediately denounced by the internet mob and the Fort McMurray Minor Hockey Association in a now deleted statement. But My McMurray still has portions of that statement online. It reads, "Their actions are in no way indicative of our values or the values of any of our House League or Elite Stream Junior Oil Barons teams. It is wrong and will not be tolerated. The display of ignorance is sad and gravely unfortunate." The release, written by Travis Galanzowski, president of the Minor Hockey Association, goes on to say that the organization will deal with the players quickly and that, and I quote, "our follow-up will include, but not solely involve an educational aspect. These players will know how deeply impactful their wrong actions are," end quote. Except there's one big, huge problem here. The kids featured in that video, at least 2 of the 3 kids dancing, are Aboriginal. One kid is actually a member of a very prominent Metis family in the region. He just happened to have dyed his hair blonde to support a friend with cancer. Now, you can see all of my coverage on this story back when it first broke. All of this is the predictable consequences of an outrage culture that is now reduced to a competition to be the most tolerant by being the first to condemn suspected racists. But just like with the Covington Catholic High School kids scandal, the truth takes time to reveal itself. And in this instance, it took a little longer than 3 hours, because 3 hours, according to the parents of the kids on the hockey team, is all the Minor Hockey Association waited before issuing that damning condemnation of these innocent kids. Just look at this new statement issued by the parents of the kids on the hockey team, again, as reported in My McMurray. The Fort McMurray Minor Hockey Association's media statement was released within 3 hours of the video surfacing. This action, coupled with the failure to contact any staff member on the team about the video, demonstrated a lack of thorough investigation to the facts of the video and breached the fiduciary duty it owes to its players in looking after their safety and best interests. The Minor Hockey Association publicly identified the team name and thus the individual players. This allowed third parties to identify, locate, and publish personal information about the players on the team, as well as their upcoming schedule for the remainder of the season. Ultimately, the Minor Hockey Association's brash actions contributed to team members receiving death threats, threats of harm and humiliation, and degrading comments about them on social media. At least one of the schools the team members attend had police presence after the Minor Hockey Association's media release in direct response to threats made against them. As a result of the threats towards the team, both through social media and verbally, the parents of the team made a choice not to finish the season, as they felt it was too dangerous, not only for the players and their families, but for the host communities, players, and families as well. Due to forfeiting the remainder of the regular season for the above-mentioned reasons, the team incurred and paid a $2,100 penalty. The perpetually offended do-gooders who pulled the trigger on their mouths and their tweeting fingers and their typing fingers before their brains were fully engaged and over the target have now made it utterly impossible for a team of largely Aboriginal kids to play hockey this year. Good job, idiots. And when I say idiots, I don't just mean this internet outrage mob. I mean the entire Minor Hockey Association, who folded and capitulated to that outrage mob within 3 hours, and before even bothering to get the other side of the story before they did. Look at all the damage they've done to everyone, to the entire community. Great work protecting Aboriginal kids from discrimination by being offended on their behalf before all the facts were in. Great work putting them in real danger from SJW lunatics. And instead of learning a lesson here and issuing a mea culpa, saying that they were wrong and saying sorry, maybe doing something tangible to put a damper on all of this, the Minor Hockey Association refuses to apologize to these families or even acknowledge the role they played in this whole mess. Let's throw the memory hold words of the Fort McMurray Minor Hockey Association right back in their faces, shall we? This display of ignorance is sad and gravely unfortunate. Travis Galanzowski, president of the Fort McMurray Minor Hockey Association, do you know how deeply impactful your wrong actions are? For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. Hey, did you know that there is yet another way to get your Rebel Media fix? All of our premium shows are available as free, downloadable podcasts. You can go to therebel.media/listen, or you can find us on any of your favorite podcast directories. And one of the best ways to help us out here at The Rebel is to leave a 5-star review.